got the chat back. I'll give you a few minutes, but I'm so excited. You know, now I know why I stopped making the videos ahead of time. I always thought, oh, it's because I don't like editing. But you know what? It's more than that. I love the interaction I get with you. Oh, Susan, yes, you found it. Yes, and I can see you. I'm sorry to go through that, but I realized I didn't want to sit here for 2 hours and not be able to chat with y'all. I know that you have to type, and it's probably not that much fun for y'all, but it means everything for me to have that interaction. So there's Charlene Lawson, Kathy Klein. Charlene, looky. And there's something behind the gray fabric to show you. Mark is getting ready to go on his bike ride today. And, oh, thank you, dear heart. Thank you. Polly, come here. I'll show you my grand dog. Come here, Polly. Here, up. Come here, up. Come on, up. Good girl. Here is my Polly, my grand dog, and she is staying with us until tomorrow. All three of my kids went to the lake together, and when they were growing up, almost every year except maybe one, they went to the lake. So I'm thirsty. Oh, I know why. I took a decongestant. My ear, I have the world's worst hearing right now. This ear is so blocked, and it is making me crazy. So I've been switching through decongestants to try to figure out what's the right one. I try to take the high blood pressure person one, but it wasn't working. And so now, okay, let me get my glasses on and see who's here. I'm so happy to be with you. If you ever wonder who gets the most out of these Sundays, I think it's pretty clear, because I thought I'm not going to do a live stream without being able to see them. So, hi, Susie Blake. It is so good to see you. How are you, sweetie? I know you had some things come up that kept you from being here, and we have missed you, and I hope all that's working out, sweetheart. So, good to see Kathy Klein. You know what? I get a kick out of, like this week I spent time on Ricky Tim's website, and I see some of your names, and I always get tickled and go, oh, I know that person. So, yep, it's my Mark's birthday, and he's younger than me. And I tell you what, it's nice having a younger man for a change. So, yeah, I can't wait to show you my Ricky Tim's. I made, all the mistakes he tells you about. He warns you, be careful of this, and if you need to do this. I made every mistake he warned about. I did. I truly did. So there were times that my seam ripper was my best friend, because I had to take a whole seam out in the 42-inch long strata, because you know what? When he said, be careful, try to cut the pieces at the same time, because you'll cut them slightly off. I thought, me, I've been quilting since caveman days. And so I thought, I'm not going to make that mistake. He doesn't mean me. Guess what? Yes, I did. I made every mistake he warned. So, Susan, Kathy Klein, Charlene Lawson, Sonia, mwah, hi, sweetheart. Patricia from Nova Scotia, and Laura. Hi, sweet Laura. And Susie Blake, I'm thrilled to see her back. I miss her. She's got a great spirit. Veronica, hi, sweetheart. We're really glad to meet you, Veronica. Thank you for speaking up. Marcia, hello, Miss Marcia. Christine O'Brien from the UK. That's wonderful. Boy, it's late there for you, but we're thrilled to have you. And there's our Mary. Hi, Miss Mary. And it's so Polly's there. Hello, Miss Polly Thompson. Hopefully you saw my granddog Polly, because I love that dog to death. So, all right, I've got to brush her hair. Though we've been petting her so much that her little top knot thing kind of gets mashed down. Yes, thank you. Charlene Fiver, so good to see you. And there's Sherry Dietz. Yay, darling. So, but all my three kids, the whole time that they were growing up, because from the time I was little, camped at Carr Lake. And so when I had children, I knew that's what vacations were going to be, that I was going to raise them camping at Carr Lake. And so when they were growing up, every year, I think except one, we went. Even when I had just a couple-month-old baby, I was there at that lake. So, Michelle, hi, beautiful girl. Yes, thank you. I don't know what happened to the original link, but it wasn't showing. It wasn't showing the chatters. I tried to see if I could fix it. It didn't work. Who knows? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know what? Mark really helps make this possible. And like today, he said, you just seemed off this morning. So he said, can I help you get set up? And I was like, so touched, because I try to be very independent. And sometimes if I have to be careful, because I get myself going so busy and spinning so fast that sometimes I enjoy people bailing me out, but I'm trying not to do that. For one thing, Mark doesn't like that. He doesn't like stress. That bothers him. And I'm really tickled he took his bike ride today. And he'll get out in the country and it'll just feel wonderful. In fact, I noticed that he was feeling better after just going to Harris Teeter this morning and getting a few groceries for us. And I love when he's in a good mood when he shops, because he finds the most interesting things for us. So he doesn't let me shop as much anymore. He's like, I'll do it. Well, I think it's because I got used to shopping for a family of 5, and I never made that transition. So we ended up with this full pantry and a full freezer of stuff we didn't use. So he now goes, I'll shop. But your Mark is 12 years younger. My Mark is just a year and a couple months younger. But he lets me know, oh my goodness. And when we were first dating, I love that Melanie talked about it's her second time around marriage. A lot of us are in that boat. And so he told me, I'm too young to be dating a Nana. And it's like, I don't think a year and 2 months really gets you that. But anyway, thank you. I've got a picture of 3 of them were on the couch with me, including my granddog, Polly. But you know what? Sometimes I think I just need a break from the dogs. But you know what? I adore them. They make my life so good. And here's Miss Polly. Come here. You're worried because Grandpa went on a motorcycle. Come here. Oh, come on. You can do it. Come on. Are you worried? Oh, my goodness. We're up here on Nana's lap. Yes, she's a good girl. Yes, she is. So right now she's worried because Grandpa went off, and it's like, well, what do I do? Because we're home so much of the time. In fact, I call, for my daughter, I said that Polly was at Camp Nanogram. And so many things to talk about. Oh, did you notice? Yes, I have a new ruching to show you. And here it is. And in fact, it's a piece of the fabric from the center of that star. I kept looking at that going, oh, that would be pretty. So I made this one last night. And you remember this from last week. Here's another new one. This also came out of that quilt. And I just love making these. And they're so fast. I mean, you can make them in no time at all. And I showed you this and this one last week. Let me bring the camera over here. Okay. So, you know I've made the new ruching, and I love these. This ruching is wonderful for putting on quilts, for making gifts, for decorating a hat or a purse or a dress. And I haven't done anything with my woven buttons, so I can put those back over here. But let me show you. Let me see if I can bring the camera down carefully. Here, I've got the new rings that are bigger. So, and I still haven't put the back on this, so I haven't mailed it to Miss Susan. And I haven't figured out how to put the little beads in this one so I can send it to Miss Nikki. But here are, here are the new ones I did with the bigger rings. And I haven't done one yet with the big ring. These are 1 inch, and they've got 1.25 inches. So, but this one, this is the first one I did with the big ring, and I just wanted to see how it looked. And then this one, I really love using 2 colors of thread. So I did that one. And this, I'm going to make a series. Oh, thank you, Susan. This, can you tell what this is? So, oh, hello, Michelle the Quilter, and thank you. I will tell him all your good wishes. So this, yes, it is. It's my jack-o'-lantern, and I'm going to try to make all the different holidays for my daughter, who's a teacher. I think she'll get a kick out of wearing them. So I can't wait with the bigger rings to try some different, because, you know, so far I've only done one scene, and I can't wait to do more. So anyway, so that's what I work on in the evening, even though I've got a bunch of quilts I need to work on, like the LaFleur. I mean, come on, Deb. So, all right. So then I showed you that. Oh, and just so you know, let me type in, Jamie Davis has, I think I said I was going to do this, come back and do this on next week. And let me bring these over to show you. Okay. So, whoops. Come on, Deb. Okay. So, Jamie Davis, let me see. Whoops. Susan, I'm no good at typing right now. D-A-V, whoops. Jamie Davis has a tutorial on the ruching. Okay, a YouTube tutorial. All right. And then for a great Dorset cartwheel button tutorial, look up Gina B. Silk Works. And she has a wonderful tutorial for you for the Dorset buttons. And she does a couple other different kinds. So that, I love it when people put, really, those were wonderful tutorials, easy to understand. I'm trying to fix, I'm camera challenged today. So anyway, all right. So, you know, I was working fast and furious on my crumb quilt. Got 2 rows done. So excited about it. And let me tell you, they are fun and easy to make. I can make one. Oh, thank you, dear heart. Thank you. I can make one of these blocks in just a few minutes. So the 48 that I have to make should be pretty good to do. So I've got the 2 rows. But you know what? You know I'm a squirrel girl. I mean, I get distracted by everything. Well, I love watching Alex Anderson and Ricky Tim, and I've been watching them on the YouTube, and he started talking about his cool kaleidoscope, and I thought to myself, oh, Deb, you've got so many things to do. And then I thought, you know what? I could really use a challenge. Because yes, I had to learn how to do the Dorset buttons, but it wasn't that hard. It was pretty easy. And the ruching I've known about for 20 years. So I said, I could really use a challenge. So what do I have to, hi, Angela Adele. So good to see you. All right. So I said I could really use a challenge. So I have a picture I'll show you later of the fabrics I chose. And he said, pick like 20 different kinds. And out of those, I think I used about 16 of them. And it doesn't take much, just, a couple strips by width of fabric out of each one. So it would be hard to use a jelly roll or fat quarters because you'd have to sew them together and then who knows where the seam's going to line up. And so he showed us this whole thing, and I'm not teaching you how to do it because he does an outstanding job. He has 4 wonderful videos he's made about it. And I'm sorry, it would be like me trying to teach you how to do a Leonardo da Vinci with him not far away. Doesn't work. So it's online, but I want to give you a couple little hints when you're doing it, things I found very helpful. And like I said, I made every mistake he warned you about. So when he's talking and explaining to you, listen to him. He knows of what he speaks. Most teachers do because they've seen it all in their classrooms. So, and they know they've either made the mistakes themselves or they know human nature. And and I'll let him explain to you how you do all of this. But I'm going to bring you back over here and show you. Oops, let me bring it up like this. There we go. All right. And on his instructions, he tells you how to take an 18-inch piece of freezer paper and how to make 30-degree wedges. Easy peasy. Just listen to what he, says. And let me bring this up. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you end up drawing 3 wedges, one of which you cut up to start to use on the strata. The longest part of this was actually making the stratus strips. But I wanted to show you one thing he did so good is these pieces, you do your own individual dividing of this wedge. And he showed us how to make designs so that you would know where to meet up with these. Let me see. I think it goes like that. And then this little one. Maybe hold on. It takes me just a moment. And this is why he said to do this, because otherwise you're like, what? So, and then this one comes over here and meets this one. There, like this. So I found that having different color markers and using that, what he taught us, using the different designs is amazing. And I forget how these go now, but anyway, something like this. But I just wanted to tell you one thing that I found. So having different color markers handy, smart. Then he shows you about how to draw along the lines of the strata so you can have the placement. Take your time, concentrate, and you will love it. So here, what I did, and this is what I want to tell you. Okay, let me bring the camera back up. There was one little thing I found very helpful. And when you go here and take off what amounts to 1 wedge, you only sew 1 wedge at a time and, follow his instructions. If you want to do it your own way the second time, then go for it. But follow his instructions. So he said take off 1 wedge at a time and then carry them over to your sewing machine in the order that they were numbered, okay? Now, so you bring them over and you've got the one wedge here. Well, then I realized, oh my gosh, how am I going to figure out what exact side goes to what exact side? So I took one of the empty wedges that I'm not going to need, and I took and drew around all of these. And so this helps me. Oh, this one's going to be a backwards one, but it's okay. Sometimes to make, because they're mirror images, so sometimes to make them, okay, so this one goes here. I wish it wasn't a mirror image, but just trust me, it makes this work very well. Okay, now I didn't keep, this is why I needed this, because otherwise I would get there. Oh, that's right, I've got to turn them over. That's why it didn't look like it wanted to fit. All right. So this is a mirror imaged one. And there we go. So, whoops, hold on. Come on. All right. So what I did is I took one of the wedges, drew the outlines on it, and then that way, when I bring the pieces over, I can lay them on this template, and he had us number them 5 down here up to 1. And the reason he did that is so that we would know what order to sew them on. So let me show you how easy this makes it. You just pick up this one and this one, and you put them together. And he even has a way to tell you to put them together so they'll end up sewn correctly. But so I put these two together. Now let me bring it over to my sewing machine. But I'm going to show you the way he had us iron the seams. Listen to every instruction he gives you. It is really amazing. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Come on. It would help if I had my leaders and enders set up over here. But, so you run this through. And remember, these seams do not have to match. Okay, now come back over here. And, pardon me, something made me cough. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Come on, camera. All right. So now I'm going to press. He talked about pressing the seams open, but I've got to be honest, it was driving me crazy to do that. It was making me unhappy. So I'm just pressing them to one side. But then now, see, when you put that together, look how easy that is. And the way that we cut these, you don't have to worry about any Y seams. Now the thing you do is pick up, this would be the next one you pick up to sew. And you have to place it. Know that your points tend to run a little long, and that's okay. So now I would pick up this one. And then when that's all sewn together, then this one would be the next one. And so even though they look complicated, the shapes, the way he has you piece it back together, it's all straight line sewing. So I just thought I would show you that and tell you that this little part really helped me, because once, if I can get myself squared away and in the right place, then I can sew it. So now let me show you Nadine. Hi, beautiful. Well, I had the date set up as the wrong date. So, okay. Now, so these are the whoops. Hold on. All right. Okay. So let me show you. So here are the wedges that I put together. And you really do have to let it go. First, I didn't like the dark center, and I was going to change it. But then when I did a test cut, of a different, I didn't like that either. So I said, do what Ricky says and just leave it be. Trust that it will get better as you sew it. So here is one half of the wedge all finished now. And I love it. I love it. Now, one problem is, let me see if I can bring more light on it. It's right now in a shadow, but let me take it down. I really like it. It is dark, but I do like it. So upstairs, it looks really, really good. So it's going to be the type of quilt you want to have in good lighting. But here it is. And he's right. You never know what color is going to be your pop of color. You never know how the design is going, what's going to make it stand out. So I'm really tickled. This is a free class done by Mr. Ricky Timms, and I love it. I just love it. So thank you. I tell you what, I went on the site, on the forum. If you go to thequiltshow.com and go to the forum, I saw the most gorgeous quilts. I mean, some were like breathtaking. They were that good. So let me put this back up really quickly. All right. Okay, let me get this back on. Sorry to turn my back to you. That is so rude to do, you know. So here we go. Put this back up. And I'm just really happy that it came out so well. And I'm thinking, oh, hello, Christine O'Brien. Hello. Alberta's here. Hi, sweetie. I'm thinking, yes, she does think sometime. I'm thinking that I need a Jenny Beyer border for this because the colors, some of the fabrics are Jenny Beyer, of course, but I'm thinking I need something really dark and moody for it. So I'm very happy with it. It was not a hard quilt to make, but you have to pay attention. It wasn't hard at all. Any stage quilter could make it. You just have to follow his instructions. I watched most of the videos 3 times each, just to make sure beforehand, before I started. Then when I was getting ready to cut and make the strata, and then during the making of the strata. So it was like, I wanted to make sure. And I was just this time in summer, and you feel sluggish, good old dog days of summer. So I spent more time really paying attention. And it was wonderful. And he was so right, though. You just do it, relax, enjoy it. I am a control freak, and so I always want to control where the colors go, where the pattern. You can't control anything. I had no idea it was going to come out like that. You don't know. And the only thing I did was try to put make my brights big areas, since I did go with a kind of darker thing. So, well, I spent a couple days of 7 hours down here working on it. And that's what it kind of takes, because once you get into it and you understand where you are with it, then it's easy to keep working. But if you start and stop, it's like paper piecing. Now, where was I? But anyway, I just thought I would show you. I'm really, really tickled with it. So very, very happy with that. And I've got so many projects in the works right now. If I weren't keeping them in different baskets or trays, I would be lost. So, and and I wanted to tell you there is a website called IneedFabrics.com, and I ended up ordering from them some Mccollum mid-weight fusible. I use this on any landscape projects. I use this on thread painting projects. It's a really good stabilizer. I used to use the lightweight, but often I found myself trying to use 2 layers to stiffen it more. This medium weight is really, really good. I think you'll be happy with it. And if you ever needed it even stiffer, you could do 2 layers with this. The reason I'm talking about this one today, it's 20 inches wide, and it is Mccollum, so that you know it's a good quality. And they have it on sale for $1.59 a yard. I got 15 yards of it because I know I'm going to use it. Oh, thank you, Susan. Oh, my goodness. You're so good. So that I got in this week. Really happy with it. I got a different fabric from them that there was another fabric that was on sale, but the colors weren't as bright and pretty. So, but I do like to look for backings with them because they have backings like today. Some of their backings are $8.99 a yard, 108 wide backings. So I don't care if my backings aren't quilt shop quality fabrics. As long as they're 100% cotton and they color fast, backings don't interest me. Now, if you are very particular with your backings, then stick to a company like Pineapple Fabrics, Missouri Star Quilting, or your local quilt shop. But with me, I just want a backing so I can finish it. But anyway, I have been working on this Misty Woodland quilt, and it's coming right along. And I plan to have it finished this week so far as placing all the fabric and the tulle. And I'm very excited because I shouldn't say finally, the one from the IneedFabric.com, that took the longest to get here. Honestly, I ordered it the 8th of July and I just got it, a few days ago. But I love their little boxes with the little symbols on them. And then I love that they send you a note with it, just letting you know they packed it and they're thinking of you. So I got some fabric I want to show you because I was waiting for some fabric to cut the leafy areas. I didn't have anything in my stash that really looked right for the branches that are going to hang from the dark, that are going to bridge the dark area to the light area. So I looked all different sites looking for leafy greens. And Missouri Star had the 2 better ones. And I don't think these were on sale. They were like 10 something a yard. And, for me, that's expensive. But if that's what you need, then that's what you need. And I will have more than enough here for many quilts down the road. The one thing I love about, oh yes, I will definitely show you the sun rays. You do not worry. In fact, Miss Polly, if you want to come over Tuesday or Wednesday, give me a holler. We'll wait till you see Miss Polly's pictures. I'm really impressed with what she's doing with her quilt. All right, now I'm going to show you and kind of tell you a little bit why I chose these fabrics. See this? This one, okay, you might think, oh, good. You might think, oh, try to find a fabric with leaves. That often doesn't work out. The leaves can look cartoonish, or they're not the right size. What you want to look for, because I'm going to be cutting out like the leafy branch that comes and hangs over the walkway. Well, I'm not. I've tried confetti quilting. It works great for fall quilts when you want all different kinds of colors. And it can work if you like that method. It can work for just green leaves. But what I like to get is a mottled background with some little swirly designs. See, and see all the different modeling? So I can plan out the branch and place it just where I want the shadows and the sunshine. And I think that gives me really good leaf making ability. It gives some movement. It gives some lines so that it tells your eye, oh, these are a bunch of little leaves together. Then I found this one, and I'll tell you what fabrics these are too. This one, Essentials, and Stephanie Marriott. Okay, but this is so beautiful. Look at this fabric. And the same thing. And this actually has some little leafy looks, but they're not an obvious leafy look. When you look out the window, you know that those are leafy branches on the tree, but you don't see individual leaves usually. You just see a kind of modeling of color. And that's what I look for in my branches. This will be a darker one. Then this one will be for a little bit lighter areas. See the difference? So I'll show you these together. And but this is the kind of stuff that I look for as a landscape quilter, because they give me such range. Now, let me tell you what this fabric is, because some people do like knowing, well, who's the maker of that? This is also an Essentials by Wilmington Prints, wilmingtonprints.com. Wonderful fabric, has a beautiful hand. So both of these are Essentials by Wilmington Prints. And this one has an actual designer name to it, but it is also an Essentials. Okay? Copyrighted. Yeah. Wilmington Prints. So these are two wonderful fabrics, and I think they had plenty in stock. And if I were doing a fall scene, I would look for the oranges and yellows in the same kind of thing, the mottled with some kind of design movement on them. And so that's why I like them. Then I said, Mark, I need something to, this is before I started doing Ricky Tim's, but I saw this and I got two of them. I had to have it. Yes, even me, sometimes has to have things. This is, Squares of Essentials. Okay, so this is Magic Colors from the Essentials. Boy, I really like that company. I really like it. But look at they had it fanned out, which is how they get me. But look at these colors. They're just beautiful. I mean, let me see if I can fan them out a little bit for you here. But talk about a rainbow of colors. And they were like $10. So, but that and a great background, I've got a quilt. So that's what. And another thing to tell you, you know how this week we got a refrigerator delivered because our other one was crapping out. I mean, the, what do you call them? The thing that runs in them. Oh, boy. I've forgotten now. The compressor. The compressor was going bad. And Mark hired a man to come out because Mark tried to change a couple parts. It didn't work. And the man said, yeah, your compressor's going. Because it's like sometimes we would find food soft and thawed in the freezer of it. Sometimes it was hard, frozen hard. So he said, well, how much would it cost to put it? Hi, Pat. How much would it cost to have a new compressor put in? The man said $900. So pretty much if you have a refrigerator and something big like the compressor goes out, you just have to get a new one. But I've got the most exciting news about it. So the one I wanted can't be found anywhere in the country right now. Everything is running late. Oh, thank you. Hi, Vicki Robles. Oh, you still have a migraine. I'll be quiet. Oh, sorry, sweetie. When I get a migraine, I just have to stay in a dark room and just, with an ice pack and just rest that poor head. So be careful. Take good care of yourself. And I'm so tickled to see Pat here. I've missed her. She's been busy going to their cabin or taking care of her grandchildren and ignoring us. Families always come first. Don't worry, Miss Pat. But she came back with we have a great groups IO, and she came back with the funniest posting. So I thought, so good to see her again. So anyway, so Mark comes in and goes, hon, they brought this refrigerator because the one I wanted, I checked stores all over the country. It was not there. And I just want one of the cheapest but good side by side with an ice maker with water through the door that I can get this cup through. That's not asking too much, is it? And so I had to settle for second best because it was getting worse and worse. So Mark calls me outside, and the delivery men were wonderful delivery men. And I just thanked them so much. They're such hard workers. Both of them had accents, but they were hard workers. And I said, what would we do without our immigrants? I mean, I don't know. They take jobs that so many others don't want. And but anyway, enough of that. So he calls me out there, and there are some dents on this thing. And there's a dent on the side, and there's 2 dents in the door. And through the plastic, one of them looked kind of gnarly. But I went back in and called Lowe's and talked to the man. This had to come from another town 30 miles away. And so such wonderful, careful men. They were wonderful. And so I called and said, there are dents on the door. And we could tell this had been a floor model too, because where it had a sticker they had taken off. And so I said, are there any more? He goes, nope. That's what's happening right now. We like to make fun of different countries, but we have entrusted other countries to make all the supplies we need. And then when the ships get stuck out to sea, or there are not enough people to keep the supply chain moving, the pandemic gets in the way. We got a mess. So I was talking to the guy, and I said, I know. I've been checking on refrigerator freezers, and they're really hard to come by unless you want to spend over $2,000, which, no, that's too rich for me. So I said, well, he said, you can go ahead and take the freezer now, and then if we get a new door or whatever, we can come replace it. And actually it would have been both doors. There's a dent on either door. And I said, or what kind of discount are you willing to give me? And he said, I can take $300 off of it. And I was like, okay. Mark was like, what are you doing? When I buy things, I want to be in perfect shape. And I said, honey, you got to take what you can get right now. These refrigerators are hard to come by. So once we got all the protective plastic off, yes, it's dented. But you know what? They're in places where you just don't even pay attention. And if you come over to my house and I see you bending over to check those dents, I'm going to whack you. So, but altogether, we ended getting $550 off that freezer. I got real happy. I got so happy, in fact. And finally, I've been paying double health insurance while I switched over from federal employee health insurance to Medicare. Finally got caught up with that. So I said, I want to buy fabric. So I went to Bear Creek Quilts, and they having a real good sale, and I got myself just a little bit, not too much. I didn't go crazy, but just a little bit of fabric. But I told Mark, I said, I just want to celebrate. He said, okay, I tell you what, you get your little bit of fabric, and when I go on my bike trip, I'm going to go out to a nice restaurant for dinner. I said, deal. So, and I'm hoping it might take a while to get it in, but I'm hoping I will. So, yeah, it was like, we got to celebrate that, you know, things have been adding up and money's been going out. And, oh, I didn't tell you this. I think I told you last year we had a terrible year with the tree that fell that cost $9,000 to have cut down and the repairs fixed. And then we had the camper in the shop, and that was expensive, had engine work on that. And it was like, oh my gosh. When we got the camper back last August, it took a month to work on it. We got it back. The inverter was blown. Then, so Mark had to buy a $1,000 inverter to put it in because we were going to go camping back this last May. And then when he got the inverter in and stuff was working, he realized it blew out 2 televisions when they blew that out. So the best he figures, they plugged it in to a welding plug because it looked the same, but it was way too much power and it blew it out. So he's been fighting with them for 3 months on, this is not, you know, we paid you all the money for the engine. We're happy with the repairs, but this is not fair. He kept bugging him. I said, because he was like, honey, they're just not going to give it to us. We're just going to have to, you know, forget about that. And I'm like, no, right is right. And I said, keep bothering. Be that little grease, that squeaky wheel that's demanding attention. And I said, just keep dropping him a little email. Drop another email. Drop another email. And I said, if he keeps ignoring it, then we're going to go nationally to the company that makes the chassis who they are aligned with. I said, we'll do what we have to do. We're just going to keep moving up the chain. So the other day they called and said, we're ready to cut you a check. And all we asked for, Mark did the labor himself. We asked for the inverter and the one living room TV. That back bedroom TV, we had another one we can put in there. And sure enough, they're going to do it. So when he said, who is the upper level management person I can speak to? And we got a phone call and they're cutting the check. So it was like, yes, we've got to celebrate. Because, you know, when the money goes out, you suffer. When it starts to come back in, yay. So I just did a little bit and then found out I owe some more medical bills. So it's like, okay, that now, put all that on hold. I tell you the truth. So, sorry, that story got a little long, but I love good news right now. I love good news. Melissa Lamb is here. Hi, darling. I am so excited you made it on here, and you can type and everything. Mark is back awful early. I think it's really hot out there. But sorry about the dogs. They're all excited. But, you know, we stay home all the time now with the resurgence of the COVID. Oh, and I'll show you later something I wanted to tell you. So, okay, I think now I've covered. Don't forget about our pin cushion contest. Hey, hush. Polly, hush. She's so excited. Grandpa's back. But we're going to have a pin cushion contest. The deadline is October 1st. And y'all are going to choose the winning design. And that person will get a $10 gift certificate to the shop, online shop of their choice. And so I'm excited. Don't forget it. Keep it in the back of your mind. Next week, I'll show you some more pictures. I'll go on the internet and pull ideas for you. And because usually you just need to see, there'll be one picture that sparks your interest. So don't forget about our pincushion contest. And the deadline's not till October 1st. The other thing is I went online. Mancuso is having a live quilt show in, I believe, Lancaster area in September. But guess what? I'm not ready to travel live yet. Even though I've been vaccinated, I'm not ready. And they're going to have virtual classes again. I'm so excited. So I signed up for an August virtual lecture with Kate Fassett. And I signed up, and I forget where that show is. It might be like the Pacific show. I think it probably is. And then I signed up to take one class in the September show. And I'm so excited. So anyway, keep in mind those, because honestly, the classes aren't inexpensive, but compared to travel, staying in a hotel, all of that, taking an at-home class has been wonderful for me this past year. So if you can afford it, please keep in mind, check your favorite, whether it's AQS or Mancuso, check your favorite vendor for the quilt shows and support them, because if they can still offer the top quality classes, I mean, some of these teachers, you'll know their names, and how wonderful. So keep that in mind. I'm real excited about that. And so a lecture in August and a class in September. In fact, I think I'm doing the class around I'm not sure. I was thinking it was near Mark's. It's not on Mark's bike trip, but it's near it. So he gets to get away to the beach for a week, and I get to take a class, and I can't wait. All right, guys. Oh, we've missed you too, Vicki. I do love this group. I tell you, sometimes I look at my numbers and I think, well, you see people who have so many thousand views in 3 days. But I said, you know what? This works for me. This is fun. Oh, and this is one of my fabric bead necklaces. And I thought it goes real nice. So all this is made by me. Let's go see your photos, okay? Because I have some good stuff to show you. Also, I know that it's summer, and I know that it's hot and that you're tired, but I need more photos, guys. So please send me your wonderful photos, because we love seeing your photos. I'm trying to do this the right way. Let me turn off this light and let's see your show and tell. All right. And I've got some pictures of my kids at the camp. I can't wait to show you. All righty. And then when I come back, I am going to check and see. When I come back, I'm going to check and see if you have any questions or comments. All right. Let me see. There it is. Okay. We'll start first with Miss Betty, who has done, Okay, Miss Betty, who has done some wonderful collage quilts. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? She is so talented. She quilts with a painter's eye, doesn't she? Isn't that beautiful? And let's see her next one. It's a beach scene, which, I love this time of year. What could be better than the beach scenes? And she's put some real shells and all different kinds of things on here and she has captured the water with all the different thread work and her additions. I just love it. And I love how she pieced on the seagull. Wonderful. And then looks like she's got some kind of little sandpiper down there. That's cute as can be. So thank you, Miss Betty, for sharing. And don't forget, ladies, send me your work because I want to see it. Now, here has been my Ricky Tim's quilting buddy, Charlene Lawson. Look at this. I can't wait. She's got such movement in her fabrics. I can't wait to see what this looks like. So Charlene, keep me posted with the pictures, honey, because I'm excited about your quilt. All right, let's see what else. Charlene Pfeiffer, she sent me a good number of pictures of, look at this. Isn't that a lovely quilt? And then I love this family pillow. Like the word is written out in a cotton rope. Love her decor. Really nice. Okay, here is another picture of that quilt. Isn't that nice? I love her colors. I love jewel tones. Good job. And good miters on those squares. Here's another one of it. Good job. Okay. And, we've got a landscape here that she's working on. Isn't that nice? I love the colors. Just nice and sweet blues. Your landscapes can be any color you make. And it's not too early to be thinking about Christmas. As my friend Jan, she always knows exactly how many days until Christmas. So isn't that precious? I love that Santa. All right, let's see who else now. So I've got to contact my Cheryl Lemon. I miss her and I'm worried if she's okay. All right, here we go. Here were my strata for the Ricky Timms quilts and trying to choose which one to put where. I'm really glad that I put my dark in every strata because I do like having some definition. All right, and then just one more time, my granddaughter's design that she's designed an outfit that we're sewing for her, and we need to get that finished so she can have it ready for school. So I really do like it. I like the juxtaposition between the hardware-looking buttons but the soft lace. I think that's really pretty. She did a great job, and she sewed all of this soutache trim on by hand. So I'm real excited for that. All right. Here's the new refrigerator. There it is. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, we found out that this cabinet is so tight around the refrigerator. We read to see why the old one broke after 12 years. And what we have found is this: if you put them in a tight cabinet with no air space, that it really will cause them to burn out much sooner. So I'm really tickled. Mark ordered some air vent covers. He pulled the refrigerator out, made a hole in the wall that goes through to the living room, and put in very smart looking air return vent covers. So it looks like it's part of the heating air conditioning system. And he said he could feel the air coming through to the back of the refrigerator because they pull the air in and then they expel the heat out from the bottom front. So we're hoping that he already installed that yesterday, and we're hoping that this will help this refrigerator last longer. Okay, let's see what else. There's the inside of it. I love how much space is in it. Really nice. The ice maker is a little less than exciting. It makes these stupid little ice cubes, not many at a time. We had to wait days to try to get enough ice to handle what we need. But let's see, what else? Oh, here we go. Here are the dents on the left door. Once we got the plastic off, I thought, we can live with that. That's not bad. And, this is a beautiful scene. My daughter lives on the eastern shore of Maryland, and she has a friend who has a beautiful waterfront home. And she was over there the other night, and she took that photo. And those are wetlands from the eastern shore of the United States up in Maryland. And it's just beautiful. And those wetlands are like the sponge of the earth, and they're so important. They help prevent flooding and drought, I mean, they just are critical. So take good care of your wetlands if you live near one. Oh, there's my strata again. I already showed y'all that. Here was my star in progress. And I started out with a small felted board. Then I got my bigger felted board. Boy, that thing grows fast. So soon then I was on my big design wall. Here are 3 dogs. I'm sitting right here. Here's my Maisie, the little tiny poodle. Here's Miss Polly, and there is Gromit. So I called it a furry couch because it definitely was. You can see why this is why we keep sheets on the couches, because we love to have the dogs up with us. And look at this. Normally Polly doesn't like snuggling, but isn't that sweet? She's like 42 pounds. This one's 7 pounds. So that's the large and the small of the poodle world. Whoops. Oh, I wanted to show you this. If you haven't had your vaccination, please, please, please. This is the chart that if you live in a place with high vaccination rates, look at where your numbers are. If you live in an area with low vaccination rates, this is the deaths that you're experiencing. So people, please, please, please get those vaccinations. Here is my daughter Becky and my daughter Katie up at the lake. They're there this weekend. Whoops, okay. I thought I'd gone the wrong way, but there they are in their hammocks. I love it. This is my granddaughter Charlotte. She had her hair dyed blue, and what a great cut. I just think that she's looking really smart for school. Whoops, I'm sorry. Come back here. All right. Yeah, okay. Then there's my daughter Katie. She's in this wonderful tent space. Look at that sky of the lake behind her. There's the water and the sky. It's so wonderful to be right on the edge of that huge lake. And here are my 3 kids. They said it rained the next day, so they went to see a movie. So this is my oldest, the middle, and Christopher. So Becky, Katie, and Christopher. And I can't tell you how much I love those children. And here they are in this tent that Katie brought. Mark and I want to find out about that tent. We love how much space is in it. So there they are. And they're doing a siblings camping trip. No spouses or animals or children allowed. And this is the beautiful lake. And I just love that photo. Love, love, love it. Okay. This picture, I was looking on online, and they had a grouping of the most special, wonderful pictures of the Olympics. And I saw this and thought, would that make a wonderful quilt or what? Now, if you were to make this and show it in public, please find a photographer and give them the credit. Get their permission first if you can. But isn't that beautiful? That's a remarkable shot. Then I got some sad news. My daughter was fostering this little kitten, and he had an infection, and it wasn't getting better. And so they tested him, and he tested positive for feline leukemia. And sadly, they had to say goodbye to him. And it really broke my daughter's heart. She's such a tender heart with animals. So that was it for me. Now let's see what else. Miss Diana. I love that she and Nadine love Edita Sitar. And I tell you, I do too. I think her designs are gorgeous. Her fabric is just amazing. So I just wanted to show Miss Diane by Miss Diana's quilt. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now Miss Jody. Now, I've got a new one from Miss Jody. Look at this. She did a churn dash in king size. And I told her, does that look like an afternoon nap in a cool room? Oh my gosh, that is a dream. That's going to be an heirloom because it just has that restful beauty. And I bet you it's going to wash and wear beautifully. So great job. And, it's surprising because then she does these amazing works. So she's truly a multi-talented quilter. And look at this. I just love him. I get so excited every time I see him. That's wonderful. Creature from the Black Lagoon. All right, now let's see where we're going this time. Linda Mccollum, and she was very good and sent me some wonderful new examples of her art. And I love it because she has done a gathered center of that star. I love all of her hand embroidery stitches. I love the fact that she brought in some natural organic to stick wrapped in strips. I get so excited when I see that. Multimedia. And look, the bird is holding on to the stick in this. Isn't that wonderful? She brings in so many different designs. I mean, look at the pearl cotton big stitches. It's just wonderful. I love what I even get excited about. What does she wrap on the stick when she puts them in? Look at her boho beads, ladies. I need to get busy again with my boho beads. These are wonderful. Very, very creative. Way to go, Miss Linda. Then here are some birds. I love these. Oh, no, didn't mean to go by that fast. Sorry. Look at her little mice. How cute. Felted mice. And see, here are her felting needles. And you just have like a dense sponge that you felt on. Wonderful job. Look at that. Isn't that precious? I love it. Oh, look at this one. Oh my God, that is so cool. If it started moving and talking, I wouldn't be surprised. So cute. And then look at these wonderful things. All kinds of, looks like patriotic buttons. Oh, wonderful. This looking like fireworks out of that. Beautiful, Miss Linda. Excellent work. All right. So now Miss Lisa. Miss Lisa does art quilts as well as other forms. Let's see. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? And look how she wrapped the lace around the stick that displays that. I love the way you think outside the box. Wonderful idea. Now here is our new member, Mary, and I'm so jealous because she can grow beautiful fuchsias, which I'm never able to do. So, wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then I love her trailing vinca. Oh, she's even got, I think down here is like a eucalyptus kind of vine. I'm not sure. I might be wrong on that one, but boy, is that pretty. Good job, Miss Mary. And she's got a purple leaf plum here. I grew one of those one time. It's really pretty little tree. And she said she's got bad soil. I tell you what, I'm finding the older I get, the more I like container gardening. This is the biggest fern I've ever seen. Huge. And then look at her beautiful Natchez crepe myrtle. I love white. White and red, I think, are my two favorites. Beautiful, beautiful, Miss Mary. Thank you for sharing that. Then Miss Melanie. Oh, has she been busy? You know, we talked about the binding tool Star recently, and I have information for free on our website if you just go look for it. And she has put it all together now. And what a lovely color combination. Just beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And what I love about this quilt is it leaves plenty of space for some beautiful quilting. And there, I think, is her hubby hanging it up for her. That is lovely. So way to go, Miss Melanie. All right, now. Oh, Miss Nadine. Oh my gosh, her artwork. I tell you what, I think she and Jody need their own expositions. Expositions? Don't know if I've got the right word there, but oh, they're just beautiful. Okay. I love these dragons on this castle. And she does stamped and painted and just beautiful colored. Look at that. Once Upon a Dream. She's so talented. We are lucky to have her in our group because every member that we have like this who's so talented brings so much excitement, ideas, inspiration to our group. So we love our Miss Nadine. We sure do. Thank you, Miss Nadine. All right, let's see where we're going now. Patricia, our fire and ice lady. She is a smart woman. She goes to thrift stores and buys fabric that other people don't need. And oh my gosh, look at this collection. It's like a grab bag. You're not sure what you're going to get until you get home with it. But that is wonderful. And then she's got some great pictures of her creative space. And it is wonderful. It's set up so that she can really create when she gets started. And that is just wonderful. So thank you. If you want to share pictures, photos of your creative space, we would love to see it. We love that more than just about anything. And the last time I can show you Miss Polly's birthday present from her dear sweet husband. He's a good one. Keep ones that will buy you things for your art. Look at her Misty Woodlands quilt. It is really coming together. And this is about the third attempt that she's made, but I think she's really getting that feel for it. I love the background colors, the way she did the fabric tulle already, then some new, and she'll probably put tulle over here, but that has a wonderful ethereal view. So way to go, Miss Polly. You are rocking this quilt. All right. Now, let me see. Sherry. I'm waiting for some new pictures from my Sherry girl because she does some great work. Isn't this beautiful? Arkansas Crossroads. And there's our Miss Sherry with a beautiful quilt there. All right. Now, let's see. Susan, I have a couple interesting things. I got so tickled when I saw this in Susan's message on the site. That is just so cute. And then look at her vegetables. And you know what? I forgot to include the photos she had at her work, but I guess I would have to ask permission first anyway. So if I get her permission, I'll show them next week. Susan is a dynamo, but I found in the pictures she's actually a little tiny. And I was surprised because she's such a force of nature. And so they say great things come in small packages. I think so. I love the sunflower volunteer in the corn. So that wonderful job, Mr. Rick. Okay, that might be, oh, no, here we go. Look at this. Isn't this wonderful? Teresa Louise, I Love to Quilt, is working on this, and she is doing an outstanding job of collage quilting her dog. Isn't that beautiful? Great job. Great job. Okay. I think that one was our last one. All right, so let me come back to y'all. Just a second. And I want to tell you one more thing that I want to do. Hopefully nothing will get in the way and I'll be able to do it. Let me come back to y'all. I love your show and tells. I love them. Okay. I'm planning on doing a fabric marbling dye workshop next Sunday right here. So I'm very excited, and be looking for a fabric dyeing workshop. Aww. So anyway, you're only 5'3". And see, Susan, her abilities are larger than life. Her generosity and love is larger than life. And I thought for sure that, she was this tall force to be reckoned with. When I saw her, it's so cute. She's just precious. So anyway, we're going to do marbling. And I'm going to try to get a carrageenan bath made up. And I'm going to use my Dynaflow paints because it's better. It's so much easier than trying to mix up all the different dye colors. So I'm going to use these. But I'm going to show you, in case you don't have carrageenan, which is a compound made from seaweed, which kind of makes it thick like Jello, like gelatin and Jello. But I'm going to have that. But I'm also going to do a shaving cream demonstration because that's something that's much easier for you to get a hold of. So anyway, next week we're going to do some fabric dyeing marbling technique. And I think that would be a lot of fun. All right, let me get my glasses, see what you have been talking about. Well, see, good things come in all kinds of tiny packages. Nadine, and who else was it that said, no, your body is not larger than life. If I can show you that picture, you're going to find she's just a tiny thing. So cute. So, it is so wonderful to see it. Oh, did we have any new people that popped in? And exhibition. Yes, thank you. That's what I don't know what word I said, but that's what I was looking for. They need their own exhibition. Yeah, they are very talented. We've got a lot of very talented people in our group. And let me tell you, I love it. Yes. Oh, yes, we'd love, Melissa, we'd love to get you included. So write me an email and I will respond to it. Also, if anybody wants, if anybody wants a copy of the crumb quilt pattern, send me an email at that email address. If you would like a copy of the Misty Woodland pattern, I'd be happy just to send them back to you by email and you can enjoy them. All right. Is there anything else I might have missed? Because now that I have to wear glasses to see again, it's hard because, I'm used to being able to see them like this, and I have to put them on again. All right. Hexies. Oh my gosh, I just break out in hives thinking about hexies. I love the idea of it, but I know it would drive me batty. It would drive me batty. So I have such respect for everyone who does hexagonal patterns of any kind. I love it. It's just something I know I could never do. Marsha's a tiny little thing too. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, gosh, y'all are so wonderful. And so don't forget about your pin cushions, and I'll give you a bunch more ideas next week, so be ready to see. And and then next week we'll try to do that I'm going to have to get some extra tables in here, and we're going to work on this. So we'll do the dyeing of marbling of fabric. I need to go to 1,000 bolts and just one nut. Oh, okay. That's a great idea because I did like those essential fabrics. They're so good they're good blenders to use in traditional quilts, but they're also wonderful to use in landscape quilts. So, well, that is so nice. I will definitely go to 1,000 Bolts. I have ordered fabric from them before, a long time ago, so I'm going to check them out. Okay. That's so wonderful. Well, and I'm 5'7", and hopefully I haven't lost anything yet, but I got to keep doing weight training and build up my bone structure because, I'm a big girl. All righty. And this week I'm going to take real good care of my Mark because I owe him so much thanks for making this group work. And that means a lot to me. And then I'll show you one more time the amazing Ricky Timms cool kaleidoscope. I'm so impressed. If you are thinking about doing it, I would. And he teaches you so much in there. I said, Mark, it's so funny. Men do these complex mathematical engineering things, and women I don't think they think of it quite the same way, although Jenny Beyer, oh my gosh, I don't think there's anything she hadn't designed yet. But it's what I really loved about Ricky Timms' version is he makes it very accessible for you. So he'd also, you're 5'9". Fantastic. Oh my gosh. I always wanted to be taller. My sister's 5'11", and I was always jealous. So, yes, for your foot and leg, Sue Smith, we will keep you real close to our heart, Sue. We hope you feel better. And that's our Sue. We have a Susan and a Sue and a Susie who we saw today, Susie Blake. I've missed her. She is the cutest, most elfin lady and her beautiful ginger-haired daughter. And I'm so glad she's back. So, what is so good to see all of you. Oh no. I didn't. I guess that was quite a shock to your system, huh? But, wow. But anyway, all of you are amazing. I thank you for being part of my life. I'm going to try to make sure never to have another live stream without being able to see you on the chat. I just thought, I can't do this. Number one, I wouldn't have Susan keeping me straight. And Lord knows I need help. So anyway, but I do want to tell you, if you ever get really bold and you want to try something that makes you think, that really gets you going, check one of Ricky Timms' free quilts. And I'm just so grateful. He gave this to us. It's a free gift. I mean, can it get any better than a free gift? That's such an amazing thing. I never would have done something like this without his leadership. And he was very, very thoughtful and very gentle in the way he told us. And like I said, every mistake that he warned us we might make, I did. So, guys, it's so wonderful to see you. Thank you for spending time with us. Kathy Klein, it's so good to see you, hon. Christine O'Brien, please come back and visit with us, hon. And don't forget, anybody that wants to join our group, SIO, if you send me just a little bit about yourself, send it to my email, and we'll send you an invitation. We love our group and sharing photos and all of that. All right. I think next week there is a Jitsi. Woo, yay. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Nadine. And I think Nadine's on vacation, so she got to spend good time with us today. Yay, have fun with your sweetheart, honey. All right, everybody. Yeah, send a little bio just so we know you're really a creative person. and we would love to invite you to our site. All right. Take good care, everybody. We're doing Chinese tonight. Love, love, love it. So take good care, guys. The 14th and 21st. All right. We will be there. All right. Oh, and Friday I go in for my final checkup for my cataract. It is doing so well. So well. So I'm so happy that I had it done and thankful for Medicare. Yay! Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye, guys.